new player.
Yeah. Hi. Yes, it's early in the season to be. Things have to start rolling. So Titans Tuesday tonight, we're kicking off. We should have had 2 players. Unfortunately, we haven't. And he's gone AWOL. Can't get in touch with him. Never mind. He's been here all day today with the youngsters on the field. So let's kick off, and fittingly kicking off with the National 2 Championship winning captain Zach Poole. Right, as always, please, if you've got a question, please chime up, because I'm sure you want to know what's been happening since the last game of the season. I forgot where it were.
Getting drunk, aren't they?
Billingham.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Oh, yes, that was Dublin.
So ladies and gents, lots of things have been happening what you might or might not know about. I know you've been saying some things recently. So training starts on the 25th of June. Recruitment is ongoing. We'll probably find out more about recruitment next week when we have a tete-a-tete with Harvey. What have you been doing since we finished?
Just partying.
Right. So on that score, we've had international socials, have we not?
Yeah, we've had a couple. We had Dublin straight after the end of season dinner, which was meant to have about 17 at, but I think what happened was we won the league. The lads went absolutely berserk after that. Went home to their missuses. The missus said, "You're not fucking going to Dublin next week." And then we had loads drop out. Coincidentally, everyone that pulled out was married. So read into that if you like. So we did have a few dropouts, unfortunately, but we made up for it. The lads that were there, but put a great shift in. I think Capsy did 46 Guinnesses. We're only there for I think 48 hours. So yeah, we had a great time. Lot of laughs, a lot of reminiscing of kind of the season, because it was a bit of a crazy whirlwind. If you look back, we had 2 coaches and only lost 1 game. You were all there, you know what happened, but as players it took its toll. And then the relief to pip it at the last game of the season and do what we did. So we partied hard, and I think we deserved it. And then we had a week off, and then a few of us that were man enough went again. We went to Prague. Same again. I think Capsy did 46 pints of Strava in Prague that time. But yeah, beer out there, crap. Won't recommend it really, but just got to chop it and you get it down you. So that's the overview of the drinking with the lads. I've done a bit on my own as well. Not in the week. I'm not a psychopath.
So how many did you take on each of these?
Overall, I think there was, across the 2, probably 20 of us.
That's a good.
The original Dublin, before lads spunk the load on the end of season party, was 17. But I think that dwindled down. I'm sure we had 5 dropouts. I'm sure we did. Which that's on them, isn't it? We all butt into the kitty. All the fans butt in. We split it fairly. Some lads just straight up say, "No, I ain't coming to that. I don't want to die." You can guess who they are. But yeah, they're happy just playing the rugby and not getting involved in all stuff that we go crazy. But
Capsy nearly outdrank you though. Nearly.
he tried.
He's booking for vice captain. He's got to be sure.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I've been left in the lurch by Harry Dunn. He's dead to me. So yeah, Cats is the new man. I think. Who knows? I don't know what's happening. Got a meeting with Harvey next week. We all meet in 4 weeks for pre-season, so I'll know a lot more then. I don't have all the answers. I might know the odd person coming, but I'm not going to spoil the surprise.
No.
So yeah, just fire away the questions.
Did you manage with the currency in Ireland?
Well, now with technology, you just tap your phone and it works anywhere in the world.
Same in Prague.
Unreal.
Prague as well.
Yeah.
Prague's in where? What country is it in?
Czech Republic.
It's supposed to be best beer in.
It depends what you get. It depends.
Well,
You must have picked some really rough joints.
we've tried them all, mate. Completely.
So-
I don't think you missed any, did you?
Yeah.
For those that have been to Prague and know what certain streets are like at night, did you go down to a certain street at night to these?
They wouldn't know the difference
Well,
between night and day.
I was told before we went it was a bit seedy. But
Yeah.
I didn't kind of see that. What at the same time the Ice Hockey World Cup was on, and
No.
they're mad for that.
And yeah.
So
yeah.
it was just full, absolutely heaving with ice hockey fans, and I never really saw that seedy part. But then again, I couldn't see that well after a few. So I don't know.
The only place that sees that
is
is the only place that sees that is your wallet at the end of the day when you go into these places, because like anywhere they tempt you in with five drinks for so and so, 5 drinks for so and so, and when you get there, no, it's not.
I think the thing with it was there was a bar in the day that we found, which was, I think it was £1.75 a pint if you convert it. But then by the time the night comes and you're tapping your card, you check the next day and they're charging you 5, 6,
Yeah,
7
that's-
quid. So
that's it.
they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. But I'll be honest, I'm not that bothered. I paid my bills today, so I'm all
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
All right.
You can't afford
Right,
Do we
so-
get to
so-
know who the secret man that's been here all day, or have we got to wait till he does come back on
Well,
a
you know who it is,
Do it?
Well, we know Zach, but I don't know this other guy.
Ah.
right? He's Irish South African.
Oh, Cal.
No.
Livingston.
Yeah.
Warwick.
Yeah,
Mr. Livingston. Cal.
Warwick.
Cal.
Warwick.
Cal.
Cullen,
Nice
Warwick,
Cal.
Cullen, Livingston. I don't know where he is, so it's his miss out, isn't it? So training starts 25th of June, but in the interim, something else is going to happen.
Well, I don't know if it's the interim. It's actually the same day.
Oh, right, sorry.
Well,
You never know. You never know.
Who knows? Who knows? Yeah. So due to have a baby 4 weeks today.
Which event are you going to go to?
I'll be here.
That's
So-
what you just give about.
You were there to start, but so you're not really.
Yeah, you'd have been turned down in my time. You were only needed at the lane of the keel, weren't you? Not the launching.
So the question I've already put to Zach is, what is it going to be? They don't know. They don't want to know until
I
it.
do.
Well, you do. Sorry, yeah, you do, don't you?
You do want to know,
I'd love to know, but
but you don't.
Wait until
so far never.
Junior
It arrives.
makes an appearance.
needs a healthy baby.
Correct. Correct.
So on top of that, he does have a couple of names, 2 for a girl and 1 for a boy.
Yeah, 2 girls' names, 1 boy name, but who knows?
Everything
Who
could
knows?
change.
In the vault. In the vault.
Zach Junior.
That's what I want. All my names just got turfed out, I think.
Don't forget the middle name. Be flexible on the middle name.
Yeah, Clifton.
What was the last moment for you guys when that's the best celebration I've seen from a losing side in years, that, and you guys topped it with them. They were so gracious about it all, weren't they?
Oh, yeah,
That was something awesome about that. Only a rugby club could do that.
It was a good,
Nobody left that ground unhappy, did they?
no, it was a great day.
I did because I couldn't get in the bleeding bar.
Yeah, it was a great day. I think it was a good day for Northern Rugby all round because all Ionians stayed up and Bingham stayed up, and obviously we went up. So as a whole, it was a great day. But I think the beauty was if you look through the whole year, I think we kind of, I know there's a bit of an outside pressure, and that's absolutely fine. But within the group, there was no pressure. I never put an ounce of pressure on the lads.
He's here now.
But yeah, I never put an ounce of pressure on the lads. It was just do what we do.
Have you heard of it?
No.
He's empty.
Pain a minute.
But yeah, just do what we do, and what'll happen will happen. And I think the last game of the season, the pressure actually did come on, not from me, but just as a whole. It was there was that bit of pressure. And I think you could tell that at the start of the game,
Yeah, definitely.
which makes me happy that didn't happen the other things.
So, ladies and gents, on that score, I'm going to welcome our second returning player, Cuchulain Livingston. I don't know where you've been. We did say 7 o'clock.
I was told 7:15.
It's 7 o'clock.
Okay, my apologies.
It's all right.
Harry's still late.
Sorry.
So, to a quick recap. Are you married first?
I'm not married. No.
Right. So, did you go on the jaunts to both Dublin and to Prague?
I did not. No.
That's why I asked if you were married first. Because apparently most of the married guys bailed out.
Yeah.
Right, doesn't matter. We've just hoiked onto the last match of the season up at Billingham. Both teams ecstatic at the end of the day because they didn't go down.
Yeah.
We went up. So we've just been re-highlighting that. Training starts in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Similar time to when Isaac's I forgot her name, Sophie. When Sophie has her child, we don't know what it is yet. We've got to wait and see. Would you like a drink?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Fair enough. Right, so I think we've nigh on caught up there, have we not? Training's going to start soon,
Yeah.
like I said, in the 4 weeks. Because you joined us halfway through the season, probably a bit more
Closer
than that.
towards the end,
Closer towards the end. Were you introduced in a setting like this, or was it just a question of when you got up on the stage after the game, yeah, I'm so and so, I come from wherever, and that was it?
Haven't even done that.
You haven't even? Well, there you go, ladies and gents. So those present today, I got right. Would you like? That's the point. Yeah. Well, mine's on about that big a piece of paper. Right. So, what we'd like to know, we're not pushed you off yet, so it's just.
You've heard plenty of me.
Yeah.
I've been here
So,
forever.
so what we'd like to know is where you're from. That could be complicated.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Right.
How much time do I
That
have?
could be complicated. What got you started in rugby? Who and where have you played rugby for? There you go.
So, my name's Cuchulain Livingston, and I am from South Africa originally, but grew up in Ireland. My family moved to Ireland when I was 6. I don't have the accent, unfortunately, but I moved back to South Africa in 2020 to play rugby with the Sharks Academy. Before that, I played for my school, Presentation Brothers College, in Cork, which has got quite a good rugby history in Munster. I think they're tied at the moment for winning the Munster Cup the most. I think it's 6 times, and then Christian's brothers, our rivals, have won it 6 times as well. I got into rugby when I was 11 because one of my mates invited me down to the rugby club, and I hadn't played it before then. I played Gaelic football and hurling, the other sports, and then fell in love with it and just carried on pursuing it, and have only played rugby since then. And
you're how old now?
I'm 23, so still young, still got lots to do, still got lots to learn. And now
Right.
I'm here.
So how did it come about that you ended up at Rotherham Titans?
I'd contacted a rugby agent who's a friend of Harvey's in October, and then hadn't really heard back from him. Got an opportunity to go train with Irish Sevens, and while I was there I got a phone call from Anthony, who had said that he had passed on my details to some people, but didn't actually hear back from that until late January.
3 months.
Yeah, so sort of forgotten about it, and then got a phone call again saying that Harvey was interested, and then 2 weeks later I was in Rotherham. So yeah, it was pretty accelerated. Yeah.
So where are you living at the present?
In Swinton. Yeah.
Don't give me your exact address.
No. Yeah.
So,
Are they only from, they're not in. Them from
yeah.
Swinton aren't in at the
No.
present.
Okay. Well, yeah, found an apartment up in Swinton, so we'll be there.
Are you
now.
sharing with somebody there?
No, so
No.
I was able to find my own spot.
So did you, apart from school, did you play up to A levels, or did you go to uni or anything? College?
So after school, I then went to South Africa and played club rugby in South Africa for a team called College Rovers.
Is that professional?
No, it would be like similar to this, maybe a level lower than this, but it's in the mix with Sharks Curry Cup, so they feed players into that.
So what is your occupation apart from playing part-time rugby?
I work
If
with
I can call it that.
yeah, I work with the foundation, so get to do
Of course you do.
get to do work with that in the schools.
Yeah.
So that's
I forgot I
lots of
spoke to him this afternoon.
Are you always a winger?
Yes, fullback and winger. Although in South Africa I was moved all around the back line, fly half, centre, and then wing fullback.
How does Rotherham's rugby compare with South African rugby?
It was definitely a bit of a learning curve, learning to rely on the forwards more, because in Durban it's a lot more expensive just because it's drier, so you don't really have to. But very thankful for the pack. Yeah, just during the winter it doesn't rain, so it's just a lot drier.
Zach, you couldn't see him churning through the mud in any other way than he.
I could see Zach turning out in Durban, having a bit of fun.
keep me where I am. Keep me where I am.
So you touched on some sevens.
Yes.
What sevens was that again?
It was with Irish Sevens.
What?
So the national team.
And anything come of it?
Not this time. Hopefully there will be future opportunities. But it was just sort of a into camp, see where I was at, and then.
Do you want to go?
Yeah. If the opportunity presented itself, I'd be
Or the
excited
full
to.
team proper? You're 23 at the minute.
Yeah, I would. If the opportunity came about, I'd be quite interested in pursuing that. But yeah, we'd have to get the opportunity first.
Yeah.
Well, we've got room for another Irish shirt up there.
So if you play Irish Sevens, does that mean you can't play South African rugby?
I'm not too sure on the ruling on that. I believe it's counted as an international cap, so I think it would limit the opportunity to play for the Springboks. But,
But they've got two very good sides, haven't they, the Irish and the South Africans?
at the moment, yeah, and there's some good depth coming up through the ranks as well. So it'll be interesting to see what
So
happens.
did you play with any of the Irish internationals or South Africans?
No, not at the. So at the sevens, obviously there were some of the. There was the senior sevens team there as well. So I got to train with them, which was pretty cool, and rubbing shoulders with them. While at the Sharks Academy, we trained against the Glasgow Warriors a couple of times. So that was also a great experience.
Those the Sharks that just beat Gloucester?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was a similar, not quite like involved with the senior setup. They sort of split it and integrate a few players here and there. But yeah, so it was that Shark side.
Questions?
What do you hope for next season?
I mean, ideally to win it, but yeah, we have to see how pre-season goes, and then how the first game goes, and then the next game. So it's just, I suppose, one game at a time, just seeing what unfolds.
When do the fixtures come out? July the something?
Middle of June.
No, middle of June.
14.
Oh right.
So how's your fitness taken a turn since you've been here?
It's been good. Yeah, I think because I joined mid to end of season, the fitness hadn't really. I probably missed quite a lot of the intense sessions, so I got off lucky, I'd suppose. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how pre-season goes.
Right, so the question I just says is, you've got season, the fixtures come out soon, but prior to that, any knowledge of friendlies? Apart from we all know of Guernsey, because you had to book it, for those that's going.
From my knowledge, it's not gospel, so don't start booking your hotels. They are at home though, I think.
Yeah, they are.
I think we've got Leeds and and Durham Uni, I think.
Oh, same as last year then. With Durham.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. Just the Leeds one that's different. But Leeds, from what I know, and like I say, it's not gospel. I think Leeds owes a few. So if you remember them first few years, we went to West Park,
We did,
them
yeah.
two
Yeah, we did.
pre-seasons,
Yeah.
on the agreement of them then coming to us. And then last year they went, well, now we're in the same league.
Like they did every Christmas as well.
That's
Yeah.
Tigers.
The Tigers don't
Tigers.
put John Leeds, but they would have done it with them anyway.
But yeah, that's. I think they're the fixtures, but well, it'll all be confirmed going forward. But yeah, they're.
Durham game is a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the Durham game last year was a good test. I enjoy the Friday nights. They're good for the lads. You keep your weekends, and I think it's nice when Cuchulain's buzzing on a Friday night. Do you know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
everyone gets a weekend, then don't they? But yeah, I enjoy the Friday nights.
That's my question now. National One, are you restricted to just playing Saturday afternoon, or can it fluctuate from Friday night to Sunday afternoon?
No. So
I can't remember.
You play Saturday on your set time every week, but then you've always got the option of, if both clubs agree, but it has to be in advance, obviously. If both clubs agree, I think you can play whenever you like.
Well, Leeds used to play.
Leeds
Fridays,
did that,
didn't
didn't they?
Yeah, they did play.
On
On a
Fridays.
blank weekend, they
Yeah.
played against File, was it?
But yeah, I think there was a few of the southern teams. They've played a few Friday nights. It's the clubs that can accommodate Friday nights. But the other thing you've got to remember is, if lads are working till 5, half 5, it might not actually be plausible
Not
to
for us,
do
there's
so.
a lot of travelling from most places, isn't it?
See,
Yeah.
obviously these Friday nighters here against Leeds and Durham, that's a different thing, because you're going to interchange anyway. You probably have 2 full teams worth of a side each.
Yeah, pre-season's a lot different. Look, if a game come up on a Friday night, we'll be ready to go. But I don't think it'll be something we aim to do, because we don't want to do anything that would hinder us or give them an excuse, because at the end of the day, every game's important.
But you also work as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the-
we've got full time.
apart from these foundation fobbing it off,
Well,
most of them are all work.
Right, what do we do for a living?
Me, sell sand to Arabs. What do you want? But yeah, no, I sell. I'm a salesman for one of our sponsors actually. So tool hire,
So fuel.
contract engineering, and PPE. So quite well rounded.
Probably wear something shit you sell then.
Hmm?
I probably wear something crap that you sell with PPE.
Yeah, probably.
So going back to Friday nights, as a rule, you're still going to be training Tuesday night, Thursday night. That would interfere with a Friday night playing, and also close to the game that you've just played for recovery.
Yeah, you could be pedantic like that, but I think it just comes down to the lads working and the travel,
Yeah.
and then the other team agreeing it. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if an away team's got to come here, and as we all know, there's not that much close travel this year, is there? So say, what's our closest game? Sale. So getting the Sale team to come here, I just don't know if it requires.
Not on especially on a Friday night coming over.
That's right.
Friday nights.
They probably
rubbish.
work as well.
But
Saturday at 2 then.
we'll see how the fixtures work out, because you've got, as we all know, your Christmas game's your most local. So
We've got our Christmas game.
I can imagine
Is that Plymouth then?
I can imagine Sedgley and Fylde will play. No, Sedgley and Sale will play one another, and then we'll probably pick up the DMP. So
Yeah.
even that's not that close, is it?
Not really.
But it's not the end of the world. Look, at the end of the day, what I said to people and the lads, Saturdays are written off anyway. Do you know what I mean? Whether we're going to Timbuktu or not, our Saturday's still for rugby. So nothing changes. We just go a bit further, have a bit of a laugh on the bus, which is always good because the bus is one of the best parts of it, and we've obviously missed that in the national one. So there's pros and cons to both. I know it might be an extra £5 on the bus, so fair play for you putting your hand in your pocket, but it is just a Saturday and it's a game of rugby. And what I'm hoping for is we get a lot more spectacles like the Leeds game, where the competition was unreal, the rugby that you saw was unreal. So I'm hoping that you get, I don't know, 26 games like that this year. Maybe a couple where we just walk them over. That'd be nice.
I were down there with Rotherham United fans in Corner, and I think we converted quite a few on that performance. I'll tell you that.
Might lift us a bit.
It just takes someone to come once to fall in love, doesn't it? So
they were all. I mean, when we turned around and said we beat bloody Leeds, because everybody hates Leeds in football.
I know, tell me about it. I think it was calmer actually, because obviously I went to Wembley on Sunday, and chanting Leeds are falling apart again had a different meaning. Calmer the bits, isn't it? So it got me. But yeah.
What was it, 1-0?
Yeah.
Are you having your names on your shirts next year, by the way?
No.
No, because it's.
I think you'll struggle a bit there. Right?
It's very difficult to put names on shirts, because when shirts are laid out, all of a sudden somebody will say, well, that will not fit me. They have to interchange the shirts, so they can't have a.
But I've played 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 this year.
Yeah, with the same shirt. Not
So,
with that, with the same
yeah.
size, sorry. Same
Well,
size.
different number, whatever the size
Yeah.
is. Whatever, I'm not bothered.
As long as you're
Yeah, just put it on, I'm not bothered.
Yeah.
Do a job.
As long as it comes back mucky.
A sticker.
Moving them around, you know, great.
How many times did you get to wear that season shirt? Do you know was it 3, 4 times?
What?
You know the
Centenary.
Oh, well,
third kit.
Well, he is my sponsor, so I don't want to say it too bad. But we were meant to just wear it once, but
Yeah.
Sean Penn did bring it by accident
First game.
to Wharfdale away. So we did wear it twice, but that was just a novelty. So yeah, the aim was to wear it the closest game to the official first day, whatever it was. So we did wear it twice, but that was just for good measure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't. Which that probably means this year, like I say, don't quote me again, you'll probably get the Christmas shirts back.
Because we had that one.
We didn't have a Christmas shirt this year because we had the centenary, so might get the Christmas shirts back. Don't know.
There's no other teams in this league that play in our striped boots, is there?
No one with our colours.
What about the southern team that's come up? I don't know.
Dowling or
Dorking.
something.
Dorking.
No, they're white and red.
Even the names sound
Reading, is it as well?
Dorking.
Is it Reading or
But yeah, no, there's no clubs with our colours.
It's either Bristol
Good.
or Reading.
But we'll still have an away shirt, obviously.
Yeah.
Dorking or whatever.
More questions, guys, please. To either.
That was a rumour, wasn't it?
So, do you know of many of the dearly departed then?
No more. I can't tell you.
You told us one.
Hurts me too much.
What's the crappy pitches then this coming season? The mainly
some
grass.
have gone to the dark side.
Roslyn's 4G.
Denman's gone to Teg.
I think there's a few.
Guys.
A lot of the community pitches, aren't they? So the lower leagues tend to have them.
Yeah, I think the ones that have them in our league will pay for their own. But I know there's a couple, but not endless. But yeah, if you go through the team, I know Roslyn definitely have one. We've played Bishop Stortford have one. I think there's about 4.
East Crusaders have got one.
Things have got one. That's about it, I think.
Not many.
But we've played most of the teams. Well, I have personally. But yeah, played. I've never played Dings, but other than that, there's not a team that we haven't played.
I say you play best.
Yeah.
Do we know anybody in the teams that will be playing this year? Any old players or?
What team players we're going to play again?
Yeah.
Yeah, loads. Rugby's it's a tight knit sport. You go on one age group, England camp, and you know them all, don't you? So that you play for county, you do this. It's a close knit group. And that's the nice thing about rugby, isn't it? Anywhere you go, you've got a friend, or you'll know any team we play against. You'll notice there's always a player talking to another player from another team, and that's what makes it special. Because obviously on the pitch they ain't friends, but yeah, a lot of the lads, myself included, know a lot of the lads we're going to play against. A couple of lads that have probably played for us will be knocking about. So.
Does Denman know many friends?
Gaz Denman?
Does Evan?
No, he ain't got any. Props are an anomaly. Props don't count. I don't know what they do. They're just in their own little world.
Breathing's hard, isn't it, for them?
Yeah, they're in their own.
Next season, with it being upper level, do you expect the officials to be upper level as well?
I hope so.
Don't
well,
record that.
Just block that one.
Well, look.
I know that you know that they're mere mortals and that they do make the odd mistakes, but well, 3, 5, 7, 9, 15, they're all odd numbers.
I think the hardest thing was for us. We pride ourselves we know what we're about. We're here to scrum. We're here for big forwards to run around the corner, get penalties, kick to the corner, maul. That we don't hide that. They don't need spies to come watch training. That's what we're about. We're not hiding that. So for us, the step up of ref, and it's nothing against the refs we've had. Yeah, they keep up with the game, and yeah, they'll get the odd thing wrong. But when it comes down to the actual nitty gritty and knowing the laws and the intricacies of a scrum or a line out, that's where we got stung, I think. So for everyone probably moans about the ref, whatever league you're in. They're moaning about it. Toulon and Leinster are moaning about it.
Yeah.
That whatever level you go to, they're going to moan. But I think for us, what probably stung us the most was just the intricacies of knowing the detail. Like Gaz and Capsy, I don't know him as well as the next man, but Gaz and Capsy are moaning at me in the game saying they ain't got a clue. And obviously, realistically, they know more than the kid that probably played 9 at school, reffing. And that's nothing against them, it's just a fact. So yeah, I'm hoping that the step up in level means the step up in knowledge around the intricacies of the game, not just the keeping up and getting penalties and stuff wrong or right.
Alan and I look after the refs. Do we have to put fresh straw down for them every week?
Just a soda.
Right.
Just a soda.
Treat them like royalty. Try and get us some. Try and get us some backhanders. Come on.
Get 1 or 2 extra penalties for us.
We treat them like royalty. They've done us any good so far.
Right.
I think we'll go other direction.
We even tell them where we put the brown envelopes, but they don't take it out.
Dirt phone off.
I'm going to say it's right. Training starts soon. I saw you on the watt bike earlier on. Are you both gearing up for the pre-start of training?
Yeah, I think you want to have that head start when it comes to pre-seasons, that you can keep going, and then it makes the pre-season a bit easier. Yeah, so I've been in the gym. Might not look like it, but I'm trying to put on some size for next season.
Put on some.
Trying to. And then yeah, so just gonna do some fitness as well, just so that by the time pre-season rolls around, it'll just be that extra step.
And does your work help your fitness, or don't you lug things about? Because you drive a van, so you know stuff has to go in it.
It all depends day to day. It all depends. So it's not. I wouldn't say my work's going to keep me fit.
No.
Corporate, isn't it? Corporate lunches.
Yeah, it's not. It's not the most healthy of jobs, but it's not bad.
Right.
Look, I choose whether I have 2 meals at lunch or not, don't I? So
So you on shutdown, you know, fitness wise, fit down until, let's say, middle of, or beginning of June, let's say next week, week after?
I've done absolutely nothing until today. And that's a lie. I've been away a lot of the weekends, so in the middle of the week I've done bits and bobs, but I'm not going to pretend that I've been going to the gym with John Okafor, because I ain't. And that ain't me. I've been here 6 years, and you know that ain't me.
What was your sleeping pattern like?
I didn't.
We're not going to in the future.
Straight through crew me, mate. Straight through. So yeah, I'll do a bit, but look, I play 80 minutes every week, don't I? So I do something right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll do a bit. I'll do a bit. You might see me lose a kilo off, so who knows? Who knows?
Will there be
Go
the
on.
training be longer on a Tuesday and a Thursday? Will it be
No, I
just think do a 2 hour session?
believe it or not, and there's loads of stats behind it, and I won't bore you, but making sessions longer doesn't actually help in any way, shape or form. It's all about quality. This is what we're doing, and this is where Harvey's really good, where he's like, right, this is what we're getting out of the session, this is the time frame, let's make it good. Whereas if you go out with, right, we're going to do an hour and 45 minutes and we're going to walk through this and do that, it's so hard to keep the lads engaged that you actually get more out of the short and sharp, and that's all the way up to even England. They're doing, obviously they're training more because they're in camp, but any session you're doing, they're an hour maximum. We're a little bit different. We're probably out for a bit over an hour because we do units and stuff, but unless Harvey's going to shock me and we'll fall out. Nah, I'm joking. It'll be precise, and we'll have a plan, and we'll have a bit of a time frame, and I can't see it being more than 75 minutes, because like you couldn't say, it's about
Training's
quality.
got to be fun and meaningful to the individual. I mean, I do yoga and I'm looking at my watch after 20 minutes. You know, it's, you know what I mean. You've got to want to be there and doing it. Yeah.
I think the thing with semi-professional rugby is, I've been in it a long time now, so I kind of know the score, and Harvey's new to it, but I think he's learnt really well. Is we're all at work all day.
Yeah.
Like this is our fun. We come see our mate. Granted, we want to win, and granted, we work hard, but this is our release. Yeah. Like it's. I'm not going to pretend we don't get paid, because we do, but it's our time with our mates, having a laugh, and when we need to switch on, we do. We've proved that. So yeah, it's training's I think that's the key to being a good coach and a great coach, is getting that balance of training right, where you're on the money, but lads can still have a laugh and it still be enjoyable to a certain point.
Right, because I missed the last 3 games completely, did we suffer any injuries in them last 3 games that could be long term and stretching into start of season?
It was your knees, or your ankle, sorry.
Yeah.
You just carried on playing.
I did my ankle, but I just carried on.
Yeah, it's like when you got twatted up here, sorry, carry on.
That's off
Did
top
you
of that.
go against medical advice?
Yeah. Well, Swift. I'll give Swift
What
his
did your mum
due.
say?
Mum told me to man up. But yeah, fair credit to Swifty. Like, I did my ankle and it was triple the size, and it wasn't pleasant at Sheffield Tigers. So that whole week I went to his clinic privately and he did all sorts of different bits and bobs and strapped my foot so I had no feeling in it, and I went and played the whole game. That I had bets on it. I bet I would, and everyone bet I wouldn't, and I proved that I played. So I had a bit of time where I haven't ran or anything yet. I spoke to Harvey, and there's no rush for me to start running as long as I'm right for the start of the season. So regarding injury wise, I think we've actually come through quite unscathed on the season. We've got, trying to think who we've got in the injury book. There's no one. There's no, unless we're signing anyone that's coming with a niggle, I don't know. But yeah, regarding the end of the season, we're all good, aren't we?
I think, yeah, from what I can think of.
What about numbers coming up? You know, seem to have got a few more training players, you know, in regards to the squad, seem to be a bit bigger towards the end. Does that help with training?
Yeah, I think training numbers help create a session, because if you know the numbers you got, you can plan, you can put sessions together.
You have 2 teams, right?
Yeah, there's 2 team, even 3 team sessions, and you can rotate. And the numbers were great across the board all year, really. I think it helped. We had a few young lads come from like Doncaster, and obviously a couple of them played. So I think that's what they're aiming for again this year. I'm not saying it'll be Donny lads, but I mean just having that bigger numbers at training, because you've seen training before and it's at all National League clubs, but you get to the end of the year and training's depleted. People are not training just so they can play on the Saturday, which is what I did in the last week, fair enough. But like you get that from weeks and weeks before, where training then isn't as well beneficial, really.
Yeah.
Is that giving access to indoor training at all?
Not that I know of.
Would you want indoor training?
Nah, not really.
No.
Not as gym access. So gym, that becomes an individual choice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think things might change next year a little bit, depending what happens over there and the whole development. And look, maybe National 1 on a development side came a year too soon, but for the club, we wasn't going to hold back. And I know that the club's probably now working 3 times as hard to speed up that process. So look, I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm excited to see.
The only thing I was thinking of is I had a little squash club, and we put a little gym in for the lads. You know, not as many. There are only 8 people in the squads, but we put them in the gym. That was all. And I wonder if they're thinking about doing that. Do you see any value?
There's going to be a gym, outdoor gym.
Yeah,
But it's outdoors. Yeah.
What's at Thomas Rotherham?
a gym would be great, but we've got, do you know, leisure centre, that places for people.
Yeah.
We've all got, if as long as we agree at the start of the year, we've all got membership to that. And lads that don't live local, they'll have their own gyms and stuff. So I think having somewhere, a gym on site where the lads can have a bit of chat, I think that'd be great. But look, it's not my money at the end of the day.
No, I mean, gym needs buddies, doesn't it? Really, you need buddy in the gym to make it work.
But unfortunately, I don't know what they're doing. But I know for me, one of my friends, he got a home gym in COVID, and the cost of the gym equipment is ridiculous. So look, ain't my money. It's not my putting mine in my pocket. But if that's what they are doing, hats off to them, because it ain't a pretty penny.
No. Any more guys?
Right. Is there going to be a strength and conditioning coach for the start, or is it existing coaches are going to do it?
Don't know. Look, Harvey's been around the block enough to know what's needed, or to look. We could all run a fitness. We could all run a fitness block, but I think having that set coach does really help, because you've got someone that's got a set task and they stick to it. So I don't know whether that's something they're looking at, or I think when Harvey's here, he'll have more answers. Like I say, I've been away from the club since the end, and it's been quite. I still speak to the lads and stuff, obviously, but it's been quite nice just having that relief. So a lot of the questions I actually don't know the answer to. To be honest.
But they're glad to be away from you sometimes.
Oh, too.
Yeah.
The lads.
2 weekends, though, he's had a dragging around the bloody Europe.
Yeah, the lads want to rest, I think. The lads want to rest.
So when did you first meet
You need
Harvey?
a tattoo.
Well, funny enough, I'd just been into the dentist and had my tooth ripped out because I fractured it playing rugby. And I got this random WhatsApp number calling me, and I was like, hello, and I had like 6 anaesthetics in my mouth. I was like, hello. And it was Harvey Bill John selling me the dream. And I was like, eh? Thinking, well, I ain't signing for you, mate, he's on bus. But turns out it was him obviously coming over here and coming with a plan. And so I spoke to him probably the week before he came, just kept it under my hat, But as news goes in rugby, it was all getting announced, and there was newspaper articles, and I thought I had to keep it a secret, but someone let it go. It wasn't me. I ain't got social media. They've got no one to tell.
I think it didn't help when they fetched him in, Nick fetched him in here to play the quiz and bingo.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
Right.
Captain, really.
but yeah, no. He turned up, and Gaz Lewis was here, and I think they both worked really well together. And look, they got the job done, didn't they? But that's credit to the players as well.
Were you surprised he'd go for the Donny job?
Who?
When that came up last January.
Well, I could say I could top that if you wanted.
No, don't say.
Newcastle.
You were going for
Yeah. So you knew.
Yeah.
You got offered Newcastle.
Yeah. What's your
Oh,
point?
we did.
Where would you rather be?
Wow.
Who would want to go to Newcastle? It's bloody crap. They lose every week. I'm sorry, but that's not a big sell, is it? Come to Newcastle, get your arse handed to you every week.
Only Geordies with the
Climb
red.
up the ranks as well.
Do you know what I mean? Or come here and be part of a bigger journey and enjoy yourself. So it's a no-brainer for me, but I suppose I'm biased. But yeah, you wouldn't. That's not. I think maybe the Donny one's a bigger turn down, but the Newcastle, bloody crap.
That's
I
blow
think you
your
knew that.
chances.
I think you knew that.
Everybody enjoyed themselves last year, though. Especially the supporters. It was just a good year.
Oh yeah,
Every game was entertaining.
it was great, absolutely great. Credit to the players, credit to the coaches, credit to the fans. Bar staff are crap, but
Oh, it was a birthday other day. You can't be saying
Your
things like
birthday?
this.
Happy birthday.
how old are you now?
She's 17.
19.
Oh, 19.
19.
No.
I'll let you know if I sign any young lads. I'll send them your way.
As long as you're sitting there next year.
But yeah, no, as a club as a whole, it was a great year, and that's not just down to one set of people. It's down to everyone. So yeah, just ready to get going for next year now. It'll come round quick, won't it? It'll
We'll be there.
come round real quick. So before you know it, the lads will be in, and then before you know it, the pre-season will be in, and first game of the season will be here, and every game counts. And I think looking at it last year, 53 points and still getting relegated in National 1 is absolutely mental. So you can't take any point, you can't take any game for granted, and I can't imagine we will. So
I think last season in National North, we were in deficit on bonus points.
Yeah.
Now, if Fylde hadn't beaten Leeds, we would have lost out by bonus point differences. So we've got to aim for that. Just rack the points up first. Don't just get 4 tries. Rack as many points up. Get your 4 tries. Get the bonus point every week. I can't. Right, we were unbeaten last season. Won every game up here. Does anybody know the season prior how many games we had won before the end of the season?
we'd lost a few at home because Fylde absolutely smashed us at home.
Tigers do as well.
Tigers beat us at home.
So the season before was not worth counting on.
No,
Last season.
yeah, the season before we won more than we lost, and we were probably building nicely. The season before that, we could probably blame on injuries, but at the end of the day, it's last season that matters. But then that's done now. You got to not forget about it, but as players, we've kind of got to move on. I think if we can make at home a fortress again, that'd be brilliant for the club and probably league standings. And then when you go away, it's anyone's game, isn't it? But like Cook said at the start, it's every game at the time. There's no point in saying we win. We're going to win 10 games up until Christmas, and then I know people do that, and I know people set targets of, right, if we get this many points, we'll be okay. If we get this many points, we'll be okay. If we let's get the bonus point, but let's just go out and win.
First off, yeah.
And then you get the win. If you clear, go for the. But that might be the difference between me kicking to the corner or taking the post.
Sorry, Zach, don't you kick him.
Hey, have you seen our backs this year?
Yeah.
Our backs can barely hit touch. I'll be kicking next year, thank you very much.
I think game
With the
management
Jamie,
was
eh?
really good this year.
Not with those legs. Not with
Is Gazzo still with us next season?
I don't.
Because all it's been. Right, okay,
I
I'll
don't
say
know.
that for next week.
I don't know. Like I say, you'll be able to get better answers next week. You just Harvey will be professional, and I'll just tell you how it is. Tell you.
Do you think last year was a good mix of old heads and young shoulders as well? So do you think that will continue this year possibly?
I think last year, looking at it with young player of the season, it was probably the oldest squad at Rotherham I've been involved in. We didn't really have much youth, but the age demographic's quite good now. It was really good last year where. Obviously, I don't know why I still sometimes think of myself as a young player because I came here as a young player, but I'm not. I'm 26 now. You know what
So we did in our birthday party, they organised a fire extinguisher for the candles.
Well, yeah, 26, going on 27. So that age demographic of myself, Harry Dunn, Capsy, Newborn, that we were all around that age, and then we did have the older heads. So the only thing that I think was lacking last year was the young lads. Obviously, Cuchulain 23, just in that bracket. Just Jack Taylor, he had a great year. He's 21. Then Donny lads on loan, but I just think we maybe need Nat one might not be the year for it, but if we missed out last year, it was maybe a bit of a bigger core of younger lads.
Do you think the two maps at locks were a stability in the pack?
Oh, I'd snap them up. I'd do anything to have them back here next year, but injuries and age, and they can't go forever, can they? But yeah, they were a massive force for us. Old heads, pull the string. Can't knock Gaz Denman. He was probably our most underrated player, in my opinion.
Mardy.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's a pro. I told you he's a pro. They're different breeds. But yeah, we did have a great pack, and look, we had good backs as well. But I can speak from the pack because I'm in it, aren't I? But yeah,
it's a great platform to launch.
Yeah, we had a good pack, and we had some old heads. We didn't really have much what you call youth in terms of rugby. You get to 25, you're not a young player anymore, really.
You
So-
put any front row, any
Getting close.
of the six in the front row,
Year and a
week
half.
in, week out, and you're no different.
Yeah, it was a nice year to be part of that pack. Not a huge fan of the second row, but I'll do it. But yeah, it was a good year to be in the pack, but not just the pack. Just,
Do you
like I
think you
said,
grew
the whole
into it
team.
though, playing a lot?
You what?
Do you think you grew into it being a lot rather than eight?
I don't class myself as an 8. I'm just a rugby player. You know what I mean? Like, back row, second, whatever. Just put me on. But yeah, you get players that they are number 8s. They're built for number 8s, and then you get your kind of 50-50s, which is probably me. So I get this question all the time about being a number 8. Put me at number 8, I do a job. Put me at number 6, I do a job. My first year here, we had 7. I played 7 every single game. So it's not. I'm not touchy on position. Just wherever I am, I'm not bothered.
As long as you pull a shirt on.
Yeah, as long as I've got a shirt on, I'm happy. But in an ideal world, it'd be in the back row. But if I have to get made in and push in the second row, I'll do it.
I think the excellent thing about last season was that everybody that played looked the part. There was nobody that came on the pitch that wasn't, part of the team and good performance.
Yeah, which was good for competition, and I think that's what kind of pushed the team on, because you knew you couldn't really have a bad game. Capsy had the best season. He was unbelievable. He had Loma behind him. Bergie and Coley were fighting. Obviously, the wingers was really competitive. Cuchulain came on, scored a lovely try, played really well. Jack Taylor then scored a good try, and it was just
really good competition.
It was just constant competition, so it made training good, and it made the games even better because every lad that was on there was playing their heart out for their shirt,
Yeah.
which in years gone by, and I don't think anyone's ever gone on the pitch and not give 100%. But subconsciously, years gone by, if you've only got 20 players, well, you're going to play, aren't you? So it's like a psychological thing. If you've got someone pushing you, and there was probably a player pushing every player in every position, if you look at it as a whole, because obviously Lloyd could have gone to 10, so that pushed Will Milner. Tomati can go anywhere, so that pushed everyone. Harry Dunn played better because he knew he had Tomati looking at 12, and he had that stint out the squad a little bit. Jack Townend was probably the only one that was sitting pretty at fullback, but Lloyd could have gone into fullback at any moment. Jack Taylor can go to fullback, so we kind of had that nice cover and push of.
And Harry Newbold seems to be able to play wherever he wants to play.
Yeah, just put him on and let him run around like a dog hitting people.
Yeah.
Like, as long as he's on the pitch, I'm happy, because let me tell you, he's great to play with.
Yeah.
Great to play with.
Right then, guys, it's just gone 8 o'clock. Coach's got to go all the way back to Swinton. It took him long enough to get here, so I don't know if he's got sat now to get back. Zach's got to get back to Nottingham to see Bump. Any more questions? Are you sure?
There you go.
You sure you've heard all that you want to hear, have you? You've heard all that you want to hear? I'm sure there's stuff that you want to hear that you don't want to tell you. So yeah, exactly. Yeah.
captain again this year?
I don't know. Maybe not. But we'll see.
Well, I did introduce him as the captain for this season coming up, as only fitting the captain should start the ball rolling.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So, ladies and gents, for giving up their time, Zach and Cook, thank you very much.
Thank you.